Dear guests, we are so happy to welcome you in our city, our proud İzmi, and in our school.
We are also excited for that we meet
the country of the lavender fields, Bulgaria,
the house of Bohemian glass, the Czech Republic,
the motherland of Renaissance and the artists, Italy,
the land of nature, Lithuania.
the home for the little folk girls, Poland.
Welcome to the joint point of Europe and Asia, Turkey.
This week is very busy with full of activities, trips, and finding out the traditional handicrafts from different countries.
Before proceeding there, I present you our school headmistress, Miss Nihal Akta, to welcome you.
Değerli arkadaşlar, sevgili öğrenciler. Baking Time with On of Photo Erasmus projesi kapsamında İtalya, Polonya, Litvanya, Çek Cumhuriyeti ve Bulgaristan'dan gelen değerli meslektaşlarımız ve kıymetli öğrencilerimiz. Hepiniz hoş geldiniz. I welcome you all, our precious colleagues and valuable students from Italy, Poland, Lithuania, Czech Republic and Bulgaria within the scope of the Erasmus project Back in Time with an Old Photo. We're grateful that we host you in our city and school.
Sizleri ilimizde ve okulumuzda ağırlamaktan mutluluk duyuyoruz. Eğitimcilerin temel görevlerinden biri, geçmişten gelen kültürel mirasımızı öğrencilerimize doğru ve etkili bir şekilde aktarmaktır.
One of the main missions of the educators is to transfer our cultural heritage, experiencing from past to the future truly and effectively.
Türkiye geleneksel sanatların zenginliğiyle göz kamaştıran bir ülkedir. Kültürel zenginliğimiz ve tarih boyunca ürettiğimiz değerlerin en çarpıcı yansımaları Anadolu insanının eliyle biçimlendirdiği Türk süsleme sanatları ve geleneksel el sanatlarında görülmektedir.
And Turkey is a country sparkling with its traditional art productiveness. One can see the most striking reflections of our cultural wealth and the values we have produced all through the history in the Turkish decorative arts and traditional handicrafts which have been formed by the human hands.
İzmir ziyaretimiz sırasında sizlere geleneksel Türk el sanatlarımızdan kumaş baskı, ebru, çini, keçe, minyatür sanatları hakkında uygulamalı örnekler sunacağız.
During your visit to Izmir, we are planning to present you the practical samples from textile printing, ebru, which is called as marbling art, ceramics art, felt art, miniature art from Turkish traditional handicrafts.
Bunun yanında katılımcı ülkelerin sunum ve örnekleriyle farklı kültürlerin el sanatları hakkında bilgi sahibi olacağız.
In addition, we are looking forward to learning about the traditional handicrafts from different cultures by presentation and samples.
Şehrimiz aynı zamanda çok zengin bir tarihi geçmişe sahiptir. Gerçekleştireceğimiz kültürel gezilerle misafirlerimiz güzel şehrimizi tanıma imkanı elde edeceklerdir.
Our city, Izmir, has a very long and rich history. You, our valuable guests, will have the chance of getting to know our beautiful city with our cultural tours.
Öğrencilerimizin sosyal ve kültürel etkileşimi 21. yüzyıl becerilerinin gelişmesine olanak sağlayacak işbirliğimiz bir kültür köprüsü oluşturacaktır.
By this, we will have provided the improvement of the students' 21st century skills with the social and the cultural interactions. We believe that our cooperation will be a bridge for the culture.
Proje etkinliğimizin dünya kültürel mirasının korunmasına, genç nesillere aktarılmasına, uluslararası işbirliği ve yardımlaşmanın artmasına katkı sağlamasını diliyor, saygılar sunuyorum size.
I'd like our project activities to protect the heritage of the world cultures, to transfer to young generations, and to boost international cooperations and to affiliate. I pay my respects to you. Welcome again.
Thanks to Ms. Akta so much for her speech and for the translation. And now I present you our Turkey coordinator, Ms. Serap Kölemen, to welcome you.
After a long and hard time, we are here with our second meeting. I am so happy and excited to be with you at my school. I hope our İzmi mobility will be successful as Lithuania. I believe that this meeting will be full of learning, making future cooperations and friends as well. Welcome again, so glad to know you.
Thanks to Ms. Kölemen so much for her speech. I would kindly like to inform you about the program today. Opening ceremony, folk dances, mini concert by our music students, coffee break, local authority visit, introduction of the school and departments, lunch, traditional Turkish handicraft workshop.
On Tuesday, 8,500 years of history of İzmir, Yeşilova'dan visits, Nazarköy village visits, lunch on Sarayolay, visiting fine arts school, and attending every handicraft workshops and miniature exhibitions.
On Wednesday, cultural tour with professional guide, Ephesus Ancient City, Şirince Village, Virgin Mary Museum.
And on Thursday, historical Konak Square, Kemer Atmalar, and Kızlar Atı tour with a professional guide, final lunch, and teacher meeting, evaluation of project activities, and planning of Italy mobility, giving certificates and farewell.
Now we start with the folk dancing show.
Sarılmak kavuşmak Misafirlerimiz de böyle yüzlerini çekersin yavaşça. Yüzleri çıksın.
Thanks for watching. Right now, we will be having a coffee break, and then we will watch a mini concert.
Hello everyone, we are going to start our little concert with our school's march. Our students are gonna play a song that they write themselves. I'm
for listening.
Now we will tour our school and visit the local authority.
Yes, we can put 11 grades.
Fourth, fifth, sixth, and the seventh one belong to us. I mean, this school, Konak Arts and Science School. Actually, this school is the school of our students as the second school. I mean, our students are, to say, like gifted and talented ones, and they come here after their school learnings completed. And here, the third one, we start with the lifelong.
Now we will be having presentations starting with Bulgarian. With your applause, I present you Diana, Ivaila, Nicole, and Maria to make their presentations.
Hello, I'm Ivaila and I'm from Bulgaria. These are Diana, Maria and Nicole, and we're going to present you our presentation about our country. First, we're going to talk about pottery. Pottery is one of the oldest crafts in Bulgaria. Potters make various types of pottery, mostly for domestic use. Vases, pictures, pots, jars, and etc. Master potters work in Etara, Zlotograd, and the old town of Dobruch.
Hello everyone, I'm Diana, I'm from Bulgaria, and I will be presenting about forgery and blacksmithing. Forgery and blacksmith are crafts associated with the production of various types of vehicles. In order to make a vehicle which is strong and rides well, it requires many skills: carpentry, blacksmithing, wood carving. The decoration of the card or the lagoon it requires the master to be experienced artist.
Hello everyone, I'm Maria, and I'm going to talk about Bulgarian icon painting. Iconography is an art that has numerous followers. Its roots are from the adoption of Christianity in Bulgaria in the 9th and 10th century. Initially characterized by utterly Bulgarian icons and becoming more real with fuller faces and landscapes that from the background introduced heavy barking crowns and triumphs, and the colors became brighter and brighter. Important centers of iconography are cities like Travnia, Gdansk, and Salzburg.
Hello everyone, I'm Nicole and I speak for weaving. Weaving, a craft for making fabrics intended for clothing, bedding, blankets, has centers of roots in the Bulgarian lands. In the past, every Bulgarian house had a loom, and the craft wheel passed down from generation to generation, from mother to daughter and grandmother to granddaughter. The dyeing or the fabrics dyeing is manual with natural dyes, extraction from plants, animals, and minerals. Craft sands are formed in Gabrovo, Kotel, Sliven, Prishtica, Samokov, and others.
And something that is not in the presentation, I will talk about embroidery. The traditional Bulgarian embroidery is a wonderful art that goes back to the ancient times. It was a way to show information about the person's design, how they are mentally, and what they associate with. And those are the embroideries. Thank you.
Thank you so much for this sincere and interesting presentation. Next is Czech Republic Group, represented by Anna, Mary, Matos, and Stefan.
My name is Matthew, and today we are going to be talking about the handicrafts from Czech Republic with Stefan, Maria, and Anna. First, we are going to start about Frugal.
Hello, I'm Anna, and I'm first talk about gingerbread from Pardubice. Gingerbread was produced in the town Pardubice in Czech Republic. There are different shapes of the gingerbread. Some of them are hearts, horseshoes, and little figures. They are decorated with colored sugar. Valašské frgály is a cake of excellent taste and quality. Is a type of sweet pastry. It has a diameter of 30 centimeters and weight 600 grams. The most traditional refill is plum jam, cottage cheese and poppy, and blueberry, apricot, nutty and apple flavors. The dough consists of wheat, flour and milk or water. On rolled cake is put on refill. Cake is sprinkled with rich butter sprinkle. Tata cars are Czech manufacturer of trucks, military and special vehicles. There should be not 1897, but 1987. I'm sorry for that. Tata is the third oldest car manufacturer in the world. And really Dakar is annual off-road vehicles race. Karel Price was a Czech racing driver who won 6 times in a row in the Dakar Rally in the trucks category. Tata cars are complete with all NATO requirements and also deals with military vehicles.
And now we'll be talking about the Batya Shoe Company. Batya Company was founded in 1894. Batya is a huge shoe company. There are more than 4,000 shops in more than 60 countries. Thomas Batya. Thomas Batya was born in 3rd April in 1866. 1876. He was a businessman, industrialist, and factory worker. Thomas Bacha was the main owner of the Bacha chocolate Orion. Orion is a huge traditional Czech chocolate factory. Orion has been a Czech brand, chocolate and sweets since 1924. First Orion company was created in Czech Republic in Prague. František Marshall. František Marshall was born in 29 April in 1857. He was an industrialist, journalist, and globetrotter. He was also the owner of Orion.
Hi, I'm Maria, and I'm going to talk about Czech crystal, jewelry, and handmade glass. Czech crystal. Crystal glass has been produced since the 17th century. Quartz, calcium soda glass shards. It's suitable for grinding and engraving. Jewelry. These jewelries are made out of glass. Some or rare jewelries are very expensive. Well-known products are necklaces, earrings, and bracelets. Handmade glass. This distinctive feature, metallurgical glass, is a massive appears and produce colors. Every product is very heavy and colorful. Some pieces of well-known glassmakers are very expensive.
Hello, I'm Stefan, and I will present you about pianos Petrov. Company establisher was Antonin Petrov, born in 1839 in Hradec Králové. 1864, company was established. In 1866, moving due to Austro-Prussian battle. In 1874, company moved to Brno in Czech Republic. In 1895, started exporting pianos to whole world. Wind instruments among 1639, company started as a small workshop. Company established in 1945 in town Kraslice. During 3 years, has joined more small companies. In 1948, biggest workshop of wind instruments in Czech Republic. In 2019, the company has financial crisis. Bobbin lace is a method of connecting a large number of 800 of threads by causing and twisting each other. Thank you for attention.
Thank you a lot for the sweet presentation. Now I invite Gabriele and Antonio from Italian team to present their handicrafts.
Hello everybody, I am Antonio Di Sarno and from Italy, and today I'm going to speak to you of the tradition of the mask of Pulcinella. The mask of Pulcinella comes from the peasant Puccio d'Agnello. Puccio d'Agnello was a peasant who didn't like to work, so he joined the company of wonders who ruled Naples.
Serra. People think that Pulcinella was born in Naples. In fact, his mask is commonly associated with the city of Naples. But in reality, Pulcinella was born in Acerra. What does the Pulcinella mask represent? Pulcinella is the symbol of the simple man who tries to face all his problems with a smile. He's always contradicting himself, making fun of himself and being clever. In fact, his mask represents the strength to keep smiling even after the worst situations. Thank you for your attention.
Hello, I'm Gabriele Falco from Italy, and I'm going to present the Neapolitan tempering. The Neapolitan tambourine is an ancient musical instrument. Its origin is due to the Egyptian and the Phoenician. They used it to accompany popular festivals and sacred rites. This type is different from other tambourines because it's smaller and with brass cymbals. There are also two variants of the Neapolitan tambourine. The first one has a band decorated with colored ribbons while the second one is covered by animal leather. Today, this tempering is used in the Neapolitan tradition to accompany the tarantella, an Italian folk dance, and it's often pictured in Pulcinella scenes.
Bizim 1.30'da ders başlıyor. Bilişime gelince biraz geç çıkacak. Turkish kebap.
Na fone Lithuania.
Tipo, consegue se você está sendo...
Ну, так, вот там было.
We are grateful that we see these handicrafts vividly here. Now, it's our northern group, Agata, Inessa, Paulina, and Waldemar from Lithuanian group.
Hello, I am Agata.
Hello, and my name is Waldemar.
Now we will show you a presentation about traditional Lithuanian handcrafts. Lithuanian folk art, over the course of time, branch out in three main directions: language, folklore, and song, as well as folk art. Every household had a handloom made by local carpenters. Only to the mills of the family were expected to with all the necessary linens and clothing for their family, including their own wedding attire and distinctive sashes. Folk art was the expression of a homesteader's soul and his most precious treasure. Lithuanian folk art is traditionally classified in the following categories.
Ceramics. Village potters had small workshops and provided the peasants with the necessary jugs, pots, plates, candle holders, vases, and figurines. Ceramics were produced in two ways. The pattern was applied to the greenware upon removal from the wheel, or, after firing, the pattern was painted on the pottery and then refined.
Costumes. The national costumes were known for their beauty on their colors, variety of patterns, and distinctive style. Until the 20th century, a Lithuanian girl would weave her own wedding dress and costumes for festive occasions, as well as work clothes.
Crosses. Lithuania is also known as the land of crosses and is famous for the hill of crosses near Šiauliai. The countryside is dotted with many ornamental wooden crosses and miniature table posts.
Easter eggs. Decorated eggs are a traditional Lithuanian craft, most often associated with Easter, or Velykos, as it is known in Lithuania. Decorated with letters, herbs of spring, immersed in a bath of onion husks, oak or alder bark, or summer greens, or ornately decorated with flags. These eggs are the centerpiece of the Easter table, both now and then. Did you know that the shape of an egg symbolizes cosmos, fertility, and the circle of life? Lithuanians believed that for centuries.
Jewelry. Amber has been used for adornment since Neolithic times. Lithuanians have always loved this semi-precious stone, bounty gold, and in all it with healing and magical power to this day.
Metalwork. Iron crosses and torch spires, another iconic art form, and are often used to decorate cemeteries, monuments, and memorials. Many of their motifs hark back to pagan times. Blacksmiths Also forget tools and other farm and household items.
In Lithuania, paper cutting has been practiced as an art since the 16th century and was especially popular for decorations at weddings and other special events. By the end of the 19th century, it was widely used as a decoration for the home to cover a window, trim a shelf, a lamp, or a mirror frame.
Until the 20th century, there were no textile mills in Lithuania. Peasants would spin linen and wool and weave all their own cloth to make their garments, bedspreads, bedsheds, towels, and tablecloths. Such as were covered not only for use as belts, but also as gifts and special mementos.
Wood carving and woodcuts. Simply but profusely carved towel rags, distaffs, spoon holders, and spoons, along with the spinning wheel, loom, and decoratively painted stalwart chests, contributed to the cozy home atmosphere. The seated figure of a pensive Christ in pintorielis became the symbol of Lithuanian folk art sculpture.
Vilna's helpers are a unique ornamented decoration made of dried flowers and grasses tied and woven together in patterns around a single star.
Hocam 2.30'a kadar belli oldu zaten. Bitmeden gelirim sonra, sınava girdikten sonra. İzinliyim zaten. Hocam sınava girsem beni var yazarlar mı yoksa bir şey değişmiyor mu? Değişmiyor. İşte yarım mı yazarlar? İzinliyim.
İzmi Fences. Thanks a lot for the presentation. Now our last guest coming to present Ilaria, Martinia, Lucia, and Paula from Poland, as you guess.
some of our samples and we will be able to display them.
Olacak şimdi daha çok aydınlatma olsa daha iyi olur hocam. Yani telefondan şey koyunca alamıyorum.
Şarjım geçti.
Anlayacağım istiyorsan. Durdurayım mı? Arada seyircileri de çekiyorum bu biraz fotoğraf. Alacaksınız hocam, durdurayım.
Hello, we're from Poland. Anita and her friends are Martyna, Pola and Ilaria. The most typical forms of Polish folk handicraft are things made from wood. For example, wooden sculpture. Wooden spoons, forks, mugs, salt containers. Wooden figures of different animals, and a whistle. A wooden recorder, which is also beautifully painted. So a lot of handicraft is painted, for example, on wood or in glass. Magnets and a recorder. A very significant part of folk handicraft are wooden things and all kinds of embroidery. A towel beautifully decorated with folk motifs. In the past it was prepared by girls who were getting married. There are woolen bags decorated with folk motifs by us. Tablecloths, smaller and bigger.
take a street which decorated the kitchen. Thank you for your attention.
Thank you so much for this informative presentation. And the last is from Turkey. Here's our presentation.
Thank you, Jacques. Our intangible cultural heritage wealth. Turkish handicrafts. Turkish handicrafts combined with the cultural heritage of various civilizations transferred from Anatolia's thousands years of history. It became a rich area with raw materials, geography, and the traditional techniques. We can introduce a few of these arts as follows. Traditional handicrafts, which use animal leather, etc. Handicrafts can be classified according to the materials such as leather, fur, horn, bone, and their area of use. You can also see shadow play, colors depiction making, and traditional parchment making. Also, traditional crafts which use wood. Woodcrafting is very important among our traditional crafts. Turks considered the tree sacred in Central Asia before Islam and used in their works of art. Wood carving and pattern making. Wood carving is one of the main areas of handicraft tradition. They are architectural elements for everyday use and decorative objects. In the written sources, pattern is a kind of slipper made of a single place of wood. It has leather on which allows it to be worn on the feet. Traditional handicrafts which use stone. Stonework. We see beautiful stonework examples in the architectures of Selçuklu and Anatolian principalities and Ottoman. You can also see the photos. Saddle making. To the nomadic culture of the Turks in the past, it is related to the tradition of other pack animals, especially horses. Knotcraft. The art of knot is applied on mosquito doors, ceiling cores, window covers. It's a combination of wood carving, calligraphy, and ornament. Prayer beads. Prayer beads used by Muslims can be consist of 33, 99, 500, and 1,000 and 5,000 pieces. Traditional handicrafts made from clay. In thousands of years, Anatolian material culture history, the glass art attracts attention, especially with its aesthetic aspect. The glass art, which relieves people's aesthetic concerns and reflects traditional values, has a wide range of use. Building art, lighting, accessories, and decorations, kitchen utensils, and are some of the areas the glass art is used. You can see the photos of hot glass art with the mandrel in flame.
Amulets. The eye on the amulet has been accepted as a really strong charm that protects people from evil. The nazar boncuğu is used in belief, traditions, and decoration. Next up, we have pottery. It is accepted that pottery started in the Neolithic period with the transition to settled life in Anatolia. The containers are made with clay mud getting shaped, dried, baked, glazed, and are commonly used with keeping and cooking food products. Next up, we have traditional handicrafts made from metal. In Anatolia, after the period tin getting added to copper and obtaining bronze in the Bronze Age, ores like copper, gold, and silver got forged and processed by casting technique. We have copperworking here. Copperworking is setting a pattern, drawing or copying it on the copper that is going to be worked with, and hence processed with a hard metal tool called kalem. One of the examples is taikari. The taikari is a handicraft which has a historical past and is to combine thinned out silver wires that transitions to aesthetic forms. And one of the examples is kazazia. The kazazia, whose concrete example has survived and known as the Bruges winged seahorse and is currently displayed in Uşak Archaeology Museum. It is a handicraft that is very common in Trabzon, made by using a very unique printing technique of pure gold and 1,000-carat silver wires. Next up, we have Turkish decorative arts. We can see miniature here. It is the name of a small-sized drawing style that has a special painting technique and is very neatly worked. One of the examples is teshit. The name of the handicraft means to decorate with gold. It is decorating written pieces with 18 and 22 karat crushed gold in various colors. This art is a collection of work and love, patience, pleasure and grace. Calligraphy. The word hat means writing Arabic, writing with reed pen and handmade inks, depending on aesthetic measures, which is also known as Hüsni hat. In the West, the name Hüsni hat is also called calligraphy. We have Ebru. You will be doing this tomorrow with a workshop. Ebru is a traditional art made by transferring patterns created with special paints on paper, which is prepared with unique techniques and taken into the box onto the paper. And the final handicraft is embroidery art. It is processing silk, wool, linen, cotton, metal, etc. with threads, various needles, forms of application, felt, leather, weaving, etc. decorations made on materials. Turkish embroidery art dates back to ancient times. And thank you for listening to us.
Can we all get a photo together?
Hocam çünkü
After the photo, we will have a lunch.
Şimdi kaydı alıyor değil mi?
Serap.
Hocam sen de geç. O ne?
Just Elif, after Elif, no shooting.
He?
Kamerada şu an.
Kamerada.
Tamam, kamerada mı yine şey alabiliyor musunuz?
Öbür türlü daha iyi çeker. Kameradan ayır. Bitirin kamerayı.
Ama şu an... Ha, tamam.
From the linden trees. Daha sonra Tokat ve İstanbul'a yayıldı. And the cities have been changed to Tokat in the southern part of Turkey and to the Istanbul.
Oranın doğasıyla ilgili farklı desenler ve kalıplar oluşturuldu.
Actually, there are different patterns and the models changing according to the nature of these cities.
Örneğin Tokat'ta üzüm yetiştirildiği için asma üzümleri kalıpları oynuyor.
For example, in Tokat, where we say in the southern northern part, there are great trees. So the model is like this.
Kastamonu yöresinde nar yetiştirildiği için nar kalıpları oynuyor.
For example, in Kastamonu, in the northern part of Turkey, people plant pomegranates, so the patterns are with pomegranates.
İstanbul'a gidildiğinde ise daha çok çiçekler ve bahçe süslemeleriyle ilgili kalıplardan faydalanıyor.
So one can see that when they go to Istanbul, there are full of models from gardens and the flowers and the plantations.
İlerleyen zamanlarda bu iş biraz daha teknolojinin gelişmesiyle beraber CNC makinelerinde ahşapların oyulmasıyla devam edildi ama gene de ıhlamur ağaçları oyuldu. Fakat makineler.
From some time passes with the technological developments and improvements, yes, the same patterns and the same modeling has been gone on, but the same tree, linden tree, is still used with CNC machines, maybe, you know, and deeper ones.
Tek renk kalıplar uygulanıldığı gibi, mesela bazı kalıplar tek renkten uygulanıldı ama bazıları ise renklendirme amacıyla ilk önce dışındaki çerçeve deseni basıldı. Daha sonra bunların içerisinde renklendirme amacıyla yaprakları ve çiçekleri basılıyor. Yani kalıp set halinde oluyor. Bir çerçeve kalıbı, ikincisi içinin çiçekleri ve yaprakları olan ikinci bir kalıpla da ortaları dolduruluyor. Şurada görmüş olduğunuz geyikte olduğu gibi.
Normally, it's possible to make this decoration, to make this printing only one color, but if it's possible, you can use it with one color, and for again decoration, you can use different colors. As you can see on that the craft, on this deer, different ones. Yeah.
Şimdi bugün yapacağımız çalışmada geleneksel bitkisel boyaları kullanmayacağız. Çocukların kullanımına uygun olan su bazlı boyaları kullanacağız.
Today we will be working on not natural ones. Normally toprak boya normally it's used the paintings, dyes from soil, made from soil. But today they are not so natural, but they are also suitable for students, for skin. No worries, you say.
Bugün İzmir'i yansıtması için ben deniz dalgası, işte mercanlar, denizi simgeleyen, İzmir'i ifade edebilecek geleneksel kalıpları hazırladım.
Actually, today I tried to prepare to represent the view from Izmir. You know, the sea and anchor and the course from the sea to represent and to symbolize Izmir and the sea, and you see fish, sun, and the fish. It's very nice. And shells. So you're free to choose. Also,
bereketi ve
olive. Also, olives and olive oil is so famous here, and it represents the fertility and the peace. So you can use it as well. And different shapes from this.
Arzu eden de kelebekler, çiçekler ve yapraklar kullanabilir.
You can use different ones, whatever you like.
Şimdi çantalarımız önümüzde hazır.
Now we have our bags in front of us.
Doğal kumaştan herhangi bir boya kullanılmamıştır.
It's the natural, again, cotton and cover. So not any painting were used again.
Bugün herkes kendi çantasını basacak.
Actually, as the group, as the Izmi group, we wanted to give you a present, but we thought you should make your own bag with you for yourself. So this will be yours, and you will be making your own bag.
Çantamız 2 katlı. Baskının alta geçmemesi için içerisine bir parça kağıt koyacağız.
Actually, not to keep the painting on this surface, we will put a paper inside to keep these parts very clean.
Şöyle birer tane.
Yapabilirler misin?
Evet, başlayalım.
You can put like this. I think you can see it and going up and down. Everyone has?
Кажется, хотя бы где-то второй, там подбирать собой.
After placing the papers inside, so you just put your bags, the coverage, the first part of this will be staying here. Yeah. No. Yeah. Like this.
Boyalarımızı tabağımıza arzu ettiğimiz renklerde alıyoruz. Mercanda turuncuları, sarıları kullanabilirler. Deniz dalgalarında mavi, lacivert tonları kullanılabilir. İstediği renkleri verebilirim. Yanlarında da süngerleri var. Süngerlerden faydalanacağız. Süngerlerle burada şuradaki örneğin deniz dalgamı aldım. Bir tane örnek göstereceğim.
You can use any color you like. For example, for the corals, you can use oranges or yellowish colors. And for example, this fluctuations, you can use navy blue or just blue or sky blue, anything.
Siyah ve yeşil
And
kullanılabilir.
maybe black and green. And to print the painting, you will use sponges. She will now show it us.
Çanta bittikten sonra da herkes çantasına isminin baş harflerini basabilir, siyah renkli.
Nice. Also, you can print your first letter, so your names after finishing all the printings with maybe black one. So let's start with our first trial.
Genelde süngeri tek renklerde kullanıyoruz.
Generally, we use the sponge only with one color.
Evet. Her seferinde diyelim ki sarıya ve turuncuya geçmek istediğimde farklı bir sünger kullanıyorum.
Each time I want to use another paint, another color, I change the sponge at the same time. Okay? Even if they are similar or let me say close colors.
Boyamı her zaman işimin yan tarafına koyuyorum.
I put my plate with my painting on the left or right, not only.
Süngerime bir parça boyayı aldıktan sonra
After
yan
getting
tarafta fazlasını alıyorum tamponla.
I get the extra painting on the other side of the plates.
Ondan sonra
And then
olmasını istediğim yere tamponluyorum.
I want
Sırayla hiç boşluk kalmamasına özen gösteriyorum.
No
Ama
space.
kalıbımın yarısını yapıyorum şu anda koymayı.
I don't have to use all the pattern here, but just half, for example. And no space where I put my coloring.
İkinci rengime tek köşesini batırdım. Yine fazlasını aldım. Tekrar batırdım. Fazlasını aldım. Ve şurada koyu renkle kaynaştırıyorum.
Here I just get the blue one and I combine it again. Ama aynısını kullanmış oldum.
Evet, evet.
Karıştırdığımız için sorun değil mi?
Yok, problem. Yani aynı renkleri kullanmak istedim.
She wanted to use the very close colors, so
tonlama yapacağım için aynı renk.
She makes it like into, tonage, like how to say, tonation. So she used the same sponge, but the rule is still valid for using different ones.
Daha sonra
And then
kurulmadan biraz bunu hızlı yapmam gerekiyor.
before drying, just put.
Koydum arzu ettiğim yere.
Yes.
Ve her bir kenarına yani başına, ortasına ve sonuna 3'er kere vuruyorum.
And yes, 3 times. The left, the part most left, most right, and in the middle
Bastırdım.
3 times.
Ve kaldı.
Wow.
Şimdi bir başka rengi yapmak
Now another color. So
bir başka renk içinde evet farklı bir tabak aldım.
Another plate.
Daha sonra istedikleri renkleri arkadaşlara vereceğim.
Later she will give you the other. Now she chose orange one.
Tek renk de yapabilirler. Ama
You
büyük
can-
kalıplarda tonlama yapıldığında daha
Normally you can use one color from in smaller patterns, but tonation would be better and more beautiful if you make tonation in the bigger patterns. And it should be very fast.
tekrar ikinci rengi. Dış tarafına.
She made the tonation with orange and yellow. So it's coral, as you see. How many times? Okay, you're listening.
3 kere 3 defa.
And 3 times, 3 times. And then you make a crack. Oh, okay. So we change the color again.
Farklı renkleri kullanmaya
You can use
özen
different.
gösteriyorum.
Maybe a nice fish. Red fish you will make. Bu akrilik mi bunun? Akrilik olup muydu? These are special. Bunlar özel boyalar değil mi? These are special.
Kumaş boyası normalde, tekstil boyası.
These are textile paintings normally. As you see, textile. And she changed the sponge and the plates, as you see. Now our red fish is coming. And change the direction of the sponge.
Tek renk de yapabilirler.
You can do that with only one color. It's up to you. Before starting, you will decide which colors you will use, okay? And and last press. Oh, nice.
Birazcık da böyle deniz kabukları yapabiliriz.
And maybe seashells we can make. And we will use turquoise, brown, and the blue, different colors she tries to do. Okay. And another plate and another sponge. But kendi aralarında mesela renkleri değiştirebilirler mi?
Değiştirebilirler, arzu ettikleri ama her seferinde süngeri değiştirmeleri gerekiyor.
Süngerleri değil, o mavi kullandı, süngerleri değiştirebilirler.
Tabii, boyalarla beraber süngerleri değiştirebilirler.
For not wasting the sponges, for example, you use the red sponge and you use the blue sponge, and then when you're done with these colors, you can change the sponges and you can change the plates. Good idea. Oh, now? One more green fish. And it should be very fast. Don't let it be dry, okay?
Birkaç tane. Bu da minik bir balık sürüsü olsun.
A small bunch of, you know, fish. Okay, it's okay. Wow, I see İzmi right now.
Evet.
Heart. Fish heart. Bird. Okay, now brown coloring for the seashell.
Bir tane deniz kabuğu.
One seashell.
Evet, çok çabuk kuruyan boyalar. Su bazlı olduğu için çok çabuk kuruyor. Bu yüzden çok.
And now green time. Yeah. Green is also.
Aslında bunu da balıkta kullansın diye. Evet. Biraz renkli seviyorum.
She likes a bit more colorful. Now one more. Fish, green fish she made. After completing, she will show it. Fish hurt, she's Greek.
Evet, green yeşil.
select yourself.
Siyah da var ama bu gri. Şimdi bunu da bir tane yapıyorsun. Ondan sonra
we have a star right now.
İzmir'in sıcak güneşini yapıp bitirelim sarıyla.
Now the very hot sun of İzmir and we're done. Sarılar orada vardı.
Evet. Şimdi yavaş yavaş başlıyorum. Evet.
Now you want to, yeah. Oh, okay.
It is great.
Boyayı gelip tabakları getirip gösterecek.
Evet, evet. Herkesin yanındaki şeye verelim. Herkes istediği kalıbı kullanabilir, istediği rengi alabilir. Nasıl yapalım? Tabaklara verelim ama kendi basmak istedikleri kalıbı alabilirler. İsteyen hani bir barış güvercini de alabilir. Veya
Söyleyeyim mi yani? Okay, now one by one, if you like from here, you can take the patterns and with your plates, she will give you the colors you like to have, okay? You can come. Get your plates. And 2 by 2 days.
çay kaşığı istiyorlar. Çay kaşığı istiyorlar.
Çay kaşığı.
Thank you.